I'm going to jump down a little. We have a list, but I'm going to ask, and I'll let you choose the order of response. That's a good one. What do you see as the most significant challenge facing the class of 2009 as they move or look to move into this industry?
I would read off the
Jobs.
economy, jobs.
Jobs.
I mean, I don't envy you guys right now going into the workforce at this point. I don't think. I mean, there are people really getting cut, and to enter that workforce, you're gonna have to be willing to take a job that maybe is not your ideal job and not the salary you want, or maybe not the geographic location that you want. But you're gonna have to do it because that's how you're gonna get in. And then in a couple years, it's gonna come back. Everything does, and things will be better. But I think that's a big problem right now facing.
I think the other challenge that is facing the sports industry in general, and that by proxy is gonna challenge you as well. What we're hearing from our advertisers is that they're being questioned about their sports marketing investments. And so, what is the efficiency of that? What is the return on investment? And budgets and all this kind of comes down to either state budgets or for teams sponsor budgets. And at the end of the day, if sponsor budgets are coming down because the efficiency is being challenged and the ROI is being challenged, that's something that's going to have a trickle-down effect to everybody. So we know that sports marketing budgets are being cut. The question is, what stays, and are you part of a property or a team that can show the return on investment and why they should be investing in it?
I agree with Shelley. I think just getting a job, and I think you just have to admit to yourself that the job I really want, maybe it's not something I can get. So you have to be willing to maybe take a job outside of sports at first, if sports is really what you want to get into. Bide your time doing something else, and then get back into sports when you can. But with today's market, it's really hard to go out there and get the jobs that you really want, I think.
Just like two things that come to mind. One, the competitive nature of the landscape when you talk about other institutions that are providing students MBAs and MSAs. There are just since we've graduated, I think there are just so many more out there, and so I think finding a way to separate yourself in the midst of all of those, because you look at some of these places where you can get your degree online. Think about that. I mean, that's when the resume comes across, and it's you're going to be challenged. Does your resume come to the top? And it's about those things that we talked about earlier, like versatility and relationships, and all of those things that pair into being able to spin that into a job or an opportunity, or even an interview in some cases. So I think that is a tremendous challenge, and there are there's higher demand and fewer less supply, if you will, of opportunities right now. So I think that's going to put a premium on those opportunities, and you got to figure out how you can get your foot in the door just to get an interview and then sell yourself. And then second, I would say that agreeing with what Jon said, just about metrics in the marketplace, and when you're thinking about clients who are spending dollars, and with the economy, and it doesn't really matter whether it's sports or it's ad sales, it's integrated marketing, which is the area that I focus on. Things like integrations into scripted series, and like that's the whole. It's being able to sell those opportunities and those ideas. But now more than ever, you'll see, like this year we're going into something called the upfront, which is when clients typically advertising clients put down their dollars for the next year, and you see a lot of clients come into these meetings more now than ever because the way the economy is, and they want to know what it is that they're getting, and is there some sort of metrics in advertising. Nielsen has always been the standard of measurement, and it's not 100% clear. There's a lot of money that's spent based on a very small sample of the entire TV universe. And so I think when you look at those challenges of how are you proving to me that you're providing additional value to what my media commitment is or whatever my spend is, improving that so that, especially when sports, when you talk about showing internally, because sponsorships have typically always been broken out separately. No one, I think a lot of times you'll find, where do they fall within an organization? Is it under advertising and marketing? Sometimes it is, and sometimes it's under consumer promotions, and it really takes all those people to be involved with it, and so they're not really sure, where that's going to fall, and so you need to be able to provide them sort of that feedback as to where their dollars are and how they're working for them.
I don't really have a lot of a different view. I think part of it's the jobs and what jobs are out there and what internships and what positions are available. And I think Andy made a very good point, is the ones that are out there, how do you separate yourself to get an interview? Once you do have an interview, what do you do to sell yourself when you're there? And coming from this program, you've got what I would think is a leg up, but you still have to be able to market yourself better than everybody else, because we filled a sales position 6 months ago, and I had 150 resumes. That's amazing. It was unbelievable. It was an entry-level type sales position. It's unbelievable some of the credentials people had that applied for that job. I was shocked. So you've got to be able to set yourself apart and market yourself and sell yourself to whoever's going to be doing the hiring, and I think that's going to be most important for you.
I know we got started a little later. Are we 8:30? No?
We can do one more question.
Okay. We'll start on the far end again. What was your most memorable moment at Ohio University? I put a caveat, I put a little line in there that we won't read out.
We talked about this last time.
Oh, yeah, we did. There's so many.
Let's be honest.
That's true, too. There's a lot. I'm sure I had some good times I don't
Positive
remember,
or
but
negative memory? Just memorable?
I'm gonna
think
let
that's
Andy
positive.
go first. I think that one
Pass. Okay.
You can pass.
I would just say, and certainly I probably say this because it led to a full-time position, but I thought as a class, and I said this earlier, we did a fantastic job of putting on the WCW event, which was at the time, a big-time property that was, on television, 3 times a week, and to be able to have that opportunity and have sort of that craziness, I thought we did a great job as a class coming together, because as the year progressed, I think our class definitely had some challenges internally with relationships, and is that funny?
Yeah, that's good.
It is. I mean, every class has everyone. You're always going to